Welcome everyone to the show. Today we are looking at the links between one of the most daily used items, the iPod, and how Sheffield became flooded.
And we're now privileged to have a climate change expert, Miss Ruth Totterdell, to talk to us about climate change. So what are the links between the iPod and the floods?
All of us in our daily lives produce carbon emissions, and it's not just that we're singling the iPod out, but it's something that people have a lot to do with, and it's also something that has a path all over the world, so we're sort of linking different places in the world and how they all contribute to climate change. Sheffield's flood is not totally to do with climate change, but people think that these extreme weather events might be the sort of thing we can start expecting as climate change continues.
Now we're moving over to Sophia, a reporter who's been talking to victims of the flood.
Today we're live in Sheffield, which is one of many places affected by the torrential rainfall. So how were you affected by the flooding?
Well, when the flood actually came, we didn't actually have any warning that it was going to happen. It just happened.
So I went to my nan's and basically we got trapped. Then we decided to abandon the car so that we could get home. And as we were walking through, the water was literally up to my forehead. So I jumped onto a wall and held onto railing as I kept moving along. And I slipped and we had to rush me to hospital.
But can we really blame the iPod? Over to California to hear the iPod designers to tell us more.
Hello, I'm here in sunny California. Did you know that the US is the largest carbon producer in the world? Do you think you do anything in your lifestyle to contribute to this?
Well, we do drive 4x4s, but you've got to expect USA to contribute to carbon. We have the biggest economy.
Now we're going further back in the link to the manufacturers. In China, we have Joseph reporting back to us.
Thanks for that, Lily. I'm here with two Chinese factory workers. Each year, China puts out thousands of tons of CO2, and it's expected to soon overtake America as the world's largest emitter of carbon.
Well, I understand my job is having a negative effect on the environment, but it's the only way I can get the money to feed my family.
An original Sheffield band, the Arctic Monkeys, have recently been playing in Glastonbury.
Now here I am with the Arctic Monkeys representatives. How was Glastonbury?
Oh yeah, it was great. The set was great and the audience were amazing.
Do you realise that your gas helped to cause the devastating floods in your hometown Sheffield?
Be quiet. How exactly have we caused these floods?
Your jet saying you're going back and forth from South America.
No comment.
And you're planning a tour in Japan and Australia next year.
Excuse me, we are not the only ones who are contributing to global warming.
Right, that was an interesting discussion over in Glastonbury, and now we've got some iPod-owning teenagers to tell us what they think about the flood.
So how do you think, as iPod users, you contribute to the carbon emissions?
I suppose when I charge it, it's using energy and emitting carbon, especially as it only needs 2 hours charge time. And I usually put it on for 6 hours while I'm at school.
Today we have heard many opinions and stories on the subject of climate change. However, we are still not certain on the link between carbon emissions and the flood events last week, but it is backed up by scientific approval. If we try to have a more sustainable lifestyle, it will leave the planet in a better state for future generations.
We're all to blame, but then again, we can all make a change. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
So, what did the students think of the lesson which their peers helped to plan?
And I liked how we did role plays. I thought it was very imaginative and a bit fun.
I'm going to think a lot about how I use an iPod and everything at home.
We were originally going to do the link all the way from Bangladesh, where floods happen quite often, but then the flood in Sheffield just happened, and I think that worked out really well.